song you heard was Out There from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is one of the Disney musicals that Stephen Schwartz wrote the lyrics for. He collaborated with music by Alan Menken, who also wrote Little Shop. They also worked together on Pocahontas and Enchanted, the two of them. And a lot of the images, I think this is cool, a lot of the images from that song came from an actual field trip that Stephen Schwartz took to Paris. He got special permission, because, you know, Disney is God and all that, to go up into one of the towers before Notre Dame opened to tourists, and he kind of just sat up there, you know, kind of where Quasimodo would have lived, and kind of looked down and just kind of free associated a lot of the images that came to mind, and then later put those images into the actual lyrics, which I think is why the stuff he writes about in that song is so potent. Rewinding a little bit in his career, the fourth Stephen Schwartz show on Broadway in the 70s was Working, which is based on a book of interviews by Studs Terkel. And Working actually has a lot of connections to Chicago. Studs Terkel was, of course, a Chicago author. And the Working did its original pre-Broadway tryout at the Old Goodman Theater when it was still connected to the Art Institute. And it's actually coming back this spring to the new Broadway Playhouse downtown. So if you like songs, you can check that out. I mean, I don't have anything to do with that production, I'm just saying. Public service announcement. So Stephen was inspired because he read in a book magazine or something an excerpt from Working, where the phone operator, Heather, talks about how much it meant to her when someone asked her how her day was, how she was feeling. And Stephen freely admitted he was one of those people that may have been less than polite to telephone operators. I know who you are. And so he was just moved that sort of these people that we think of having ordinary jobs still have dreams and aspirations. So he went ahead and conceived the whole show, and he wrote a number of songs for it. He also used other songwriters to kind of create a more eclectic musical tapestry, but all of the songwriters really strove to use the words and elocution of the characters, which I think you'll hear in both of our two numbers, both written by Stephen, of course. First, Charissa will sing It's an Art, which is the waitress's song, and then Courtney will sing I'm Just Movin', which is the supermarket cashier's song that Stephen wrote for the 1999 LA production. So here's Working. Really strove to use the words and elocution of the characters, which I think you'll hear in both of our two numbers, both written by Stephen, of course. First, Charissa will sing It's an Art, which is the waitress's song, and then Courtney will sing I'm Just Movin', which is the supermarket cashier's song that Stephen wrote for the 1999 LA production. So here's Working.